Hey beautiful, so I'm back and I'm feeling a lot better. I did record a video for you guys, but I was like seriously coughing. It sounded like I was talking like this. I was so sick. But now I can breathe better, so let's get with it. So I posted a picture on Snap. No, you didn't. Snorted. Okay. So I posted a picture on Instagram of the Smashbox PR gift that I did receive. So I'm so excited because I put it all back. You guys know how to do it, okay? I put everything back so we can reopen it again on YouTube. So let's do that. So this is how the package came, and it says Smashbox. It says Smashbox. So the whole way driving home I was like, all excited. So look how cool this looks. Okay? Watch. Boom. Did it do it? Did it do it? I hope it did it. Okay, ready? Boom. 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 One more time. Boom. That freaking awesome. Okay, so this is even more awesome, okay? I seen this on Instagram. Well, I didn't see this package, but I seen the collab on Instagram and they're like, oh, we'll mention who we collab with. And I was just like thinking, and I was like, who could it be? Who could it be? Who could it be? And I was like thinking like, who could it be? Who could it be? It is a beautiful Shay Mitchell. Yes. So this is how the package came. I don't want to drop anything. Boom. Beautiful. When I first seen it, I was like in love. I'm still in love, but holy shiz, right? Beautiful. So if you guys don't know already, I'm obsessed with Shay Mitchell. She's just so freaking beautiful. So let's go through the palettes. And what I like about the palettes is they have that same, let me do it cute. They have that same effect. Like, that's freaking awesome, right? Like, boom, boom, boom. So we will be swatching every single one. Okay, so now for the eye tutorial. For my eye primer, I will be using the L'Oreal True Match Concealer. Blending that out with my finger, making sure that I have it all over my eyeball. Using the Smashbox palette right here, I will be using this vanilla shade to set my eyeshadow primer. Now using this pretty brown reddish brick eyeshadow color, I will be buffing this in my crease, making sure that I make it really intense because I really want this color to really pop. Now moving on to this brown right here, I will be applying this in my crease, but I'm not going to go high with it like I did with the brick brown reddish shade. It looks like I am, but I'm going to go back in and add more of the red because, again, I want the red to pop. Using this shade again, I will be applying that underneath my brow bone just because I want to make sure that I don't go too high because I do have hooded eyes. Using this cranberry shade right here, I will be applying that to the middle of my eyelid. Now I found using my finger I got more payoff and I didn't want to wet my brush for this tutorial. Now using this orange shade, so pretty, reminds me of some fall leaves, I will be applying that to my inner eye. Now I'm trying to blend it, but again I feel like my finger just works so much easier with the blending. Now using these two shades right here, I will be applying that in the crease, making sure that everything's blended and looks very nice. Using this really gold pretty shade, I will be applying that to my inner eye and underneath my brow bone because you guys know I like it to pop. So this is how it looks. I really like the way it came out. Now using the Milani shadow stick, I will make sure to leave the name down below, but applying that to my lower lash line, I'm like, I never like in focus. Well, in focus, but I always miss my eye, like in the camera. I don't know. I hope you guys know what I mean. So blending that underneath my eyeball and adding some mascara to my baby lashes, and bam! I really like the way it came out. Using the Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick, I will be applying that. You guys know I love a really pretty brown lipstick, you know, gaga shade. So applying that. Now for my highlight, when I was swatching all the palettes, I really liked the shade right here for a highlight. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to apply it. And bam! I just really love the way it came out. Okay, so I finished my makeup, and what I have to say about it, I really like the way they applied. Really beautiful. I love the whole color range, everything. Swatching it, it made me realize, like, holy crap, there's a palette out there for everybody. There's like the metallics, there's the mattes, there's so many. There's mattes and shimmer, there's shimmer and matte. Like, there's a whole range of everything. The name of these palettes are the Cover Shop palettes. I really like them. Let me talk about the packaging. Packaging is really pretty. I like that they have this sort of effect. It makes the palette really neat, and it just gives it an extra pow to the palette. And then in the back, it has the names of the shades, which I really do like, since the names are not inside of them, like right here, you know. The packaging is plastic. I like the way that they have it. It's not one of those like big palettes. This is something that you can grab like on the go, or just have in your collection, where like you can put it all together. I'm not saying like having the big palettes and stuff, you can't do that, but I like that they're the size that they are, because like they can just all go together, you know what I mean? I like the range. I really like the color range. I wanted to play around with this palette right here because I just like these colors, you know, and it just screams fall. This one, I feel like this is gonna be the hit. I feel like a lot of people are gonna like this one a lot. Also inside it has a large mirror, same size as the palette. I like that. The consistency of the shadows are buttery. They glide on like butter. There's some that are kind of chalky, but there's some that are not. It's kind of your preference, what you like, all that stuff. But this palette I really did like, especially because the shade right here, you guys know I love a brick brown red eyeshadow. I love it. And I like that I could highlight with the palette as well. And I use the metallics for that. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. I love that. I use the metallics. I use the shade right here. That one is Metal Work. Looking at it, you don't think that you could use it as a highlight, but you can. So there it is right there. Very beautiful. And let me just swatch it. See it right there? You see it? So I really like the color range. Like I mentioned before, there's a palette for everybody. They do have 7 palettes. They do go for $29. Do I think it's worth it? I do, because the packaging alone is just so freaking beautiful. I love it. I feel like when you see a palette, that's the first thing you look at is packaging. And then you see what's inside and like, oh, okay. But packaging, it got me. It sold me. I'm like playing with it like a little kid. I love it. Pigmentation on the palette, amazing. I love it. And when I'm talking about chalky, I'm not saying you can't work with it, but I know that there's some people who like to know that if it's chalky. Kat Von D's chalky. Not saying that Kat Von D's not good or anything, but it is chalky. Do I mind it? No. I still use it. It's one of my favorite palettes, but that's what I'm talking about. And color payoff, I think is pretty good. With the bold palette, which is this one right here, this is, yeah, the bold palette. Beautiful colors. The range is beautiful. I love how it's just like rainbow. Love it, love it, love it. When you swatch it, it's kind of, you gotta work with it, you gotta build it. So using a white primer, it will definitely pop. I will show you guys an example. I'm not saying that I'm not pigmented, but I just wanna show you real quick. This is with a white kind of yellow base. So you see how much more it pops? And then this is it by itself. Always use an eyeshadow primer. Of course, the colors are gonna pop more, but I feel like with this bold palette, using a white base is gonna make them pop even more and give you the bam that this palette has. But those are just my thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you guys think down below. And let me know what palette I should use in my next tutorial. I would definitely love to know. And thank you so much, Smashbox Cosmetics, for sending me this amazing package. I really appreciate it and I love it. Thank you so much. Quiero mucho, Smashbox, and te quiero mucho también. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for my next video. If you guys are not subscribed, subscribe already so you guys can keep updated. And I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye.